What's up, everybody? This is Newton Mayenge. Welcome to the league. Today's topic is self-care, and this is a very important topic to me, especially the person who's going to be coming on today. She is not only the producer of the League Talk Show, she is also an amazing actress. She's an entrepreneur, and most importantly, she is my fiance. I would love to welcome the amazing Miss Whitney Bowers. Hey, babe. Welcome to the league.
Hi.
Hey. The show that you produce.
Yes. Thank you for having me on your show.
Of course. It's good to see you in front of the camera.
Yeah. You know, we have been having a lot of fun producing this show. I mean, every week, you know, coming up with new important topics for us to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, we've done nothing but continue to grow and learn with each episode. And, you know, I'm really thankful for everybody that's sticking with us through all of our new episodes and how we're growing and changing through them all. So
I totally agree, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And, you know, today's topic is on self-care, which is very important to both of us. And specifically you've done a lot of self-care these last 5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
And you've done some different things that you've implemented. And we kind of wanted to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Thank you for doing something that I care so deeply about. You know, for me, since this pandemic started, things were, or before the pandemic started, things were going really well. I was getting really excited. This year was going to be my acting year. You know, I had booked a number of projects that I was really excited about filming. And
3 in particular.
And
Well, who's counting?
But I was getting really excited to film them. And we were supposed to, we had already started filming one project and that you were actually in with me playing my husband.
Yes.
And we were just, you know, I was really excited. And when everything shut down, you know, literally the weekend that everything was going to shut down, my mom was flying out here to go wedding dress shopping with me. Mm-hmm. And a few of my bridesmaids were going to come as well. And I was really excited about it. And we ended up having to cancel my mom's trip because we just didn't know where this thing was going. And, you know, I still, to this day, haven't even tried on a wedding dress, and we're hoping to get married next summer and everything.
Yes.
So, you know, just like losing the projects being filmed right away. And, you know, I haven't seen my mom since Thanksgiving last year. And my mom and I are really close. You know, we talk on the phone every day, but it's totally different to have that in-person connection. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it really hit me really hard. And then we weren't sure about what was going to happen with paying our bills and just all of these things, you know, that piled on. Oh my God, I'm getting worked up about it. Sorry. All of these things piled up on top of each other. And I was drinking every day, you know, coming from a place where, you know, Newt and I, we don't really drink a lot. You know, it's more of a social thing. And thank you. And we work out every day. And so, you know, here I was at home, you know, not really taking as good care of myself. I wasn't working out as much as I was, you know, and I was home all day long with nothing really to do. And, you know, just kind of every day I'd wake up, roll out of bed and sit on the couch and
Groundhog Day.
All over again every day. And, you know, even our last episode that we filmed, you know, I can watch it back and I can see that I wasn't very happy. Even then, I was in kind of a dark place, you know, and there were just a lot of things that were wake-up calls for me, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we were fighting a lot more.
We were. We definitely were.
We were, you know, trying to figure out our new normal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and we still, you know, obviously, you know, no relationship is perfect. And I think we learned a lot about each other.
We did.
You know?
Absolutely.
But most importantly, you know, what the show today is about is I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And what I'm willing to accept of myself. You know, Newton's thing, he always says, you know, my feelings are valid, and that's, you know, one of your famous, I guess, quotes or whatever, you know, that everybody's feelings are valid and you are allowed to feel what you're feeling. But I think at some point you have to either figure out how to move past it, you know, this feeling of feeling sorry for myself, because everybody was going through it at the same time. It's not like it was just me experiencing this unprecedented time, you know. I'm not the only one who had to cancel trips or had to cancel parties or had to, you know, and so I decided I needed to start therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very brave of you for understanding that there was something that needed to be changed and seeking what would help make those changes. So I'm very proud of you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
So you go into therapy?
Yeah. You know, I think everybody has a past, and everybody has things that if they were to go through them now, if they may handle them differently, or things that, you know, they may have done differently knowing the things that they know now.
Yeah.
But I've always been the type of person that I don't regret anything, because it's brought me to exactly where and who I am today. You know, I've always tried really hard not to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, one of the biggest things that I decided I wanted to work on, you know, I can be kind of a negative Nancy sometimes, and Newton can vouch for that. He's not.
Not a negative Nancy, you know, just different perspectives.
Yeah. And
hers can tend to be on the
glass half empty.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, Pops.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, you know, Newt usually helps me try to stay more positive about things, and I thank you for that. You know, so I also knew that I am a very impatient person, and that was something else that I wanted to work on and be better about. And, you know, I think the first step really is, you know, like admitting to yourself that you not necessarily have a problem, but, you know, that there's something that you want to improve upon.
And also the willingness to want to improve those things, because we all have something that we have to change or improve. And I think with you specifically, because I know you to a T, is you've always been relentless. When you commit to something, no matter what it is, you see it all the way through to not only improve but overcome it, but get what's the best way to say it, to move on from it.
Thank you.
If that makes any sense. No, and I appreciate that about you, sweetheart, because you've always wanted to improve our relationship and our interaction. And it does start with self-care, the internal stuff. And I'm so proud of you because you've literally you've taken that thought process and you just ran with it since we've been in quarantine.
Thank you.
And it's been very impressive. And I've been learning from you. You know, I always try to be a positive person, but I go through stuff too. And I've always tried to put it compartmentalize it and put it in a box.
Yeah.
That's not really dealing with it though.
No.
You've been actually dealing with stuff, looking at it head on and saying, okay, I'm going to deal with this. That's huge. And now we're having a conversation about me dealing with certain things that I had never dealt with since childhood.
Yeah.
And they're coming up.
Yeah.
You know, especially with, the situation with Dad. And,
yeah.
For those of you who don't know, my dad is, on the latter end of his life right now. He has cancer.
He's terminal, unfortunately.
So, that's another subject. But yeah, that's you've helped me to start understanding those things. Mm-hmm. And I've looked at you and seen you take the lead on that. That's really impressive, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, baby.
And I'm supporting you. I support you on every step that you're taking.
Thank you.
But I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't interrupt at all. One of the other things that we've actually been doing together, kind of, Newton and I both have a hard time shutting off. Like, we are both constantly wanting to do something,
Yes.
And my mom is always my mom and dad both have always kind of, talked with me about that, about how I have a tendency to burn the candle at both ends. And when I was younger, my mom even said the other day, you used to make yourself sick because you would constantly be doing something and going and going and going. And, as you get older, you have to try to figure out
how to reserve some of that energy.
Yeah.
The body can only take but so much.
And figure out, like, what's the most important thing that needs all of me right now,
Yes.
So with that being said, we've started doing nighttime meditation.
Yes.
To help shut off the brain and actually lay down and get decent sleep. And then myself, I've been carrying that over into the morning and doing morning meditation in the morning as well. And
a few times that I've done it, it's been very enriching because I've slept well.
Mm-hmm.
I've slept like I've never slept before, literally like a baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's just these little things that I've been implementing into my life to take better care of myself and to acknowledge, that I need to take better care of myself. I think this whole COVID thing was a real eye-opener, and, personally knowing people that got sick really did that too,
It hit home.
It hit home and how easily it can be our last day.
Yeah.
And
I think that realization too helps to be able to understand how precious every day is, just because you don't know if tomorrow's gonna come.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Right.
And that's, I think all of us as a society have been going through our own mortality, if you will.
Yeah.
Mortality check and seeing where we stand.
Yeah, I completely agree. Last year we went through my dad's cancer scare and thankfully he was able to get it removed and we've, he's been over a year cancer free now. I think all of these major life events do their best to teach us something, right?
Yes.
And I'm just thankful that I was able to learn something from this pandemic, I guess, use it to better myself. One of the other things that I thought was very important for me to do was I continued taking classes acting classes because I got really depressed about, losing the projects, the projects not being filmed anymore.
Yeah.
And or at least in the meantime. And that was a really hard blow for me. So, staying in class, via Zoom or whatever, I was able to still stay connected to my craft.
Yeah.
So.
How did you find, switching gears a little bit, how did you find taking the Zoom classes versus being in person? How was that adjustment period for you?
I have to tell you, at first I wasn't so sure about it.
Uh-huh.
But, there's something pretty awesome about sitting in your own living room in sweatpants, not having to put makeup on, and signing in for acting class. I mean, that was pretty cool. I think the other part that's been great about it is being able to, play back and watch some of the things that I can work on and learn to be better at.
And I always equivalent everything to athletics.
Yeah.
So,
watching the footage back.
Yes, that's how you work on your craft. Watching the footage, seeing the things that you didn't do so well, that targeting those things and getting better at them.
Yeah.
And I've seen you get gosh, you are a fantastic actress.
Thank you.
And I'm not just saying this just because she's my fiance. I've seen the growth, even since, and she was already a beast from March when this pandemic started up until now. Like a lot of the little nuances.
Thank you.
It's just like, wow, the steadiness in certain things that you've done, like the calmness. It's just, I can't explain it, guys. You just got to see her work.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Hopefully they'll be able to see it soon enough after we can film some stuff. So thank you for that, though.
Of course. But and another thing I wanted to ask you, sweetheart, is you've been producing this show too.
I have.
And so, how has that been, being able to just understand a lot of the behind the scenes things, and because your whole production, like knowledge and just the things that you've done from episode to episode has improved too. So how has that process been for you?
Because I've had to find a different way to be creative. I've started to learn. I'm reading books about not only script writing, but I'm reading about production, and I'm trying to learn how to be better in creating our own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm editing every episode. I edit it myself. I don't, I'm not by any means like a professional, and I don't claim to be a video editor by any means. But
in other words, she's very modest.
But I've learned a lot since the first episode, and I believe this is episode 8.
Yes, it is.
So I hope that I just continue to grow in that department. I'm sure those of you that have been watching the show have seen that our format has kind of changed. I think that was a collaborative effort too. Deciding that I wanted us to talk about things that were, in lack of better terminology, socially conscious. I wanted to talk about things that everybody could relate to. That was something I wanted for us.
Yes.
And I wanted us to be able to showcase what was important to us. Obviously, all of the Black Lives Matter movement that's happening right in front of our eyes right now, it's obviously a very important thing for me, because my children, not only the love of my life, but my children are going to be Black, and this is something, I've had discussions with family members and everything. Like, some of the things that we are talking about have literally changed them and opened their eyes. And if we can just change one person's perspective, then I think we've won.
Yeah.
I think we're winning, and that's all that I can ask.
Yeah.
Of us, and of us using our platform. So.
And you hit the nail right on the head, because our platform has morphed, and I can't take the credit because she says it's collaborative, and I'm thankful that you said that. But this was all her idea, and as a result of it, we were able to gain a network opportunity with Vire. Shout out to Vire Network, who've been allowed us to utilize their platform, and it's been very, I would say, a great collaboration so far, a great partnership with them. But once again, it's because of what she's done. And that comes from the self-care, because I'm bringing it back full circle.
Yeah.
It comes from the self-care that you implemented for yourself personally, to then it starts to trickle to everything else that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I've literally seen it unravel, before my eyes.
Thank you.
I have.
I appreciate that. It's been an emotional ride, I guess.
Yes.
It's been an emotional ride, and I don't think I not have started, the self-care routine and seeing a therapist and doing all these things and addressing things that have happened in my past, I don't think I would be able to move forward and be in the position that I am today.
So would you recommend a similar path for people who are dealing with things, especially even more so now than ever, just with issues, concerns, feeling hopeless, feeling like, okay, they don't know what the future holds? Do you recommend a similar path as far as dealing with their self-care?
Oh yeah, I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I think not only do I think that every actor should be in therapy, but I really think that everybody should be in therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, as an actor, it's helpful for sure, because it helps me address certain feelings and more open and honest with myself about how I would handle something, that may be in a script that is, written a certain way, and I need to be that person and bring that to life properly. But, I also think that to have a better relationship with a person, you first have to start with the relationship with yourself.
Wow.
I think that is key to building a stronger bond with a partner.
Wow. It's very profound.
Thank you.
So what's next for you?
Oh, gosh. Well, we have some pretty big things coming that we can't quite talk about yet.
You see how she always inputs me. I love it so much.
We have some pretty big things. I'm really excited. We have some new business opportunities on the horizon.
Yeah.
We are continuously, working on this show and, making sure that we're bringing you guys great content to watch, and that you want to tune into and watch.
Hopefully you guys like it so far.
Yeah. And, we also are in the middle of planning our wedding.
We are.
So we got that coming up soon too. And just, I'm just excited for life.
Yeah.
I'm excited with where our lives are going.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You're so sweet, baby.
I love you.
I love you too, babe. I don't know how I would have got through this without you. It's been a challenge, but I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. And I want everyone to know that it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel like you don't matter. It's okay to feel depressed, only with the understanding that seek help. And that could be from a friend. That could be from a professional. But understand that there is a way out, starting with self-care.
Yeah. I think that's very important. And, a lesson that I had to learn the hard way, unfortunately. So I hope that, others heed my advice and,
Yeah.
allow themselves the love,
Yes.
to change their trajectory.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, sweetheart, where can people continue to follow you and all the amazing things that you're doing?
yeah. So obviously you can follow the show, the League Talk Show, on Instagram. We are continuously posting, little snippets of our show and maybe some behind the scenes stuff of us filming.
Yes.
And you can watch or follow me on Instagram at Ms. Whitney Bowers. We have, I've got a website too. I've got a website. It's whitneybowers.com. And yeah, as soon as we've got some other stuff popping off, we're going to let you know. And then there will be some other places you can follow us at too. So,
yeah. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Ruck. This is our official clothing sponsor.
yes.
They are fantastic. Feel free to check them out on @Ruck, RUCC32. We'll have some new merch coming out too for the
Yes.
show as well. In the meantime, sweetheart, it's been such a pleasure to speak with you just on the show in this format.
Yeah.
You're such an amazing actress. You're even more amazing person, and I'm just glad to have you in my life.
Thank you.
And I love you. She makes me look good on this show. It's not the other way around. So, sweetheart, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks for watching.
In the meantime, guys, Ms. Whitney Bowers, this is Newton Mayenge. This is the League Talk Show. Please stay safe. Take care of yourselves and your families. We're going to sign off.